All rise.
This is Deeper Than Money. Talk to me. I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling.
If he is not going to honor you, he needs to be gone.
Compassionate.
I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't. And I want to figure out how we get this straight.
She's powerful.
If I were in this situation, I would have put you out too.
And she's on the bench.
I feel like I'm being judged here.
That's what I do.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Maisha Paul is suing Maxine Trotter in the amount of $1,639. Ms. Paul claims a dispute with her ex-roommate got physical after Ms. Trotter hit her son and says the defendant moved out without paying rent.
All right, you are suing the defendant for exactly $1,639.
Yes, Your Honor.
But there was a time when you all were actually living as roommates, is that right? In an
Correct,
apartment?
Your Honor. Yes.
And so now you're suing her. But back up, how do you all even know each other, and how is it that you became roommates?
We met each other through our sisters. Our sisters are friends, and we decided to connect. My sister mentioned that me and her had some stuff in common, and she was going through a rough patch. Being a single mom, I felt for her, so I let her come stay with me in 2024 of August.
And why was it necessary for you to come and live with her?
I had a pretty toxic situation with my ex, and it was getting a bit violent, so she offered to help me out for the few months after August.
So you were in a toxic relationship that involved domestic violence?
Yeah, it was getting to that point. So I had my child, so I wanted to make sure that she didn't grow up in that kind of environment.
It's important. It's important for your children not to be in that. People often think that these conflicts are just between the two adults. But there's been a lot of research that says that children in toxic situations really are impacted in very negative ways. And so it is important that you protect yourself, but also protect your children.
Yeah.
And we have also seen situations where it becomes generational. And we don't want that. We do not want that. So now you all decide that you're in a tough situation. You are a mother of how many children?
Just the one.
One. And you have how many children?
One as well.
Okay, so when your sister was saying that you had some things in common, was that part of it, that you both had children?
Yes.
And that you were both single mothers, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And because she was going through this tough time, you invited her to come in and live in the apartment with you?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, so tell me what happened.
So I let her move in August of 2024. Everything was going good. At the time, I was looking for a place of my own. We came to an agreement that finding a place together would be best for the both of us. We ended up finding a place in January of 2025.
So you all were in a situation that was more of a temporary situation.
Correct, yes.
You jointly agreed that the two of you all would find a place together.
Correct.
Was that your understanding?
Yes.
All right, and so more room, as that was the situation?
We did want more room for us and the kids, correct.
And that you're both gonna be on the lease?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
All right, and so what happened?
Everything was going smooth when we moved in. Like I said, nothing had happened between us before. January comes, we move in, and I noticed that her boyfriend started to come over a little bit more.
Wait. Is this the same person that you were in the toxic relationship with?
No, not at the time. I met him in November, and...
Okay, so this is not the person that you were fleeing from. All right, just want to be clear about that. All right, so her boyfriend starts coming over, and what happened?
I brought it up to her, he's been here a lot, and he's not on the lease, so I don't understand why he's living here. It's okay to come and visit, but him...
So he was actually living there?
Yeah, basically, yes, Your Honor.
Was he living there?
I wouldn't say so.
So he would come and go? So let's be clear. In a month's time, how many days would he be there?
I'd say maybe 13.
Was that the agreement that you had when you entered into the lease?
No, it was not.
When the two of you all decided to move together?
No, you're not. No, Your Honor.
No, it was not, Your Honor.
So how did that impact the relationship between the two of you?
After me telling her about her boyfriend, she started to act real petty towards me and real vindictive, doing little stuff like leaving diapers around or not cleaning up after her child, or even just cooking dinner and not cleaning up. And I let time go on. You know, we have to deal with each other. We stay with each other. Let's be civil. October of the same year, 2025, had came, and it was leading up from the previous situation with me telling her about her boyfriend. She came in, she was changing her baby. Next thing I know, my son is crying, saying that Maxine hit him.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
She's coming at me all aggressive. So with all the commotion going on, I get loud with her as well too. I'm defending my son. My son is saying that Maxine had hit him, which I don't approve of, by the way.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Maisha Paul, who is suing Maxine Trotter for unpaid rent.
Did you hit her son?
I did not. I led him out of the room. I was changing my...
Very forcefully.
I tried to call you multiple times.
Okay.
I don't know how you didn't hear me. I was gently leading him out of the room, in which he kept coming back in while I'm trying to change my daughter. And then I let him out. I closed the door and I locked it behind him so that I could continue the task that I was doing.
You are a grown woman. The force that you need to use with the kid, I'm pretty sure you know it does not need to be that forceful.
So what happened to your son?
My son was hit by Maxine. When I came down though, I confronted her about it. I came down the hallway and I'm jingling the door. Next thing you know, she opens up the door and she's coming at me all aggressive. So with all the commotion going on, I get loud with her as well too. I'm defending my son. My son is saying that Maxine had hit him, which I don't approve of, by the way. You're not supposed to touch anybody else's kid at all.
So was your child injured?
There was like a slight redness of the arm, but there was no bruise. So I was just checking on my son, defending him, making sure that he was okay, as a mother should.
So what was the issue of her son being in the laundry room? And why did this become such an issue that you had to move him out, lock the door? I mean, I'm trying to understand what happened that this escalated to such a major encounter.
I was just trying to change her diaper and he would come in, he would try and help me. I was like, this is not necessary at the time. Especially, we'd just gotten out of a heated argument. Too many things are happening at once, so I tried to move him out of the room.
So what was the heated argument that you all had just gotten out of?
About her boyfriend, Your
being
Honor.
there all the time.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So you were already upset.
Yeah.
You were already upset.
Yes.
So why weren't you responding when she was asking you to get your son out of the laundry room?
At the time, Your Honor, I did not hear her calling me.
So now we're in the laundry room. Your son comes and says Maxine hit him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so now you leave the apartment, and do you move out?
I filed a police report. It is in...
What kind? You filed a police report?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
called the police
She
once
did.
she had taken me by the throat.
Did you take her by the throat?
In all of the commotion, yes, Your Honor, I did push my hand outwards. It was not intentionally a choke or hold around the throat. She was also pushing back as well with all of the commotion. So on my defense, Honor, I was defending my son.
Of course, I'm going to push back.
I mean,
if
you're
you have me by
defending
the
your
throat.
son, but your son is not being attacked right then. You are retaliating because you felt that he had been hit by Maxine.
Correct.
So you came in to swing on her?
No, Your Honor, no, I did not swing on her. I did not come in there with the intentions to put my hands on her. Once again, there was commotion going on, and in the mix of commotion and me opening the door and the heated argument, I might have touched her, but there was no intentions on me choking her or putting my hands on her.
But you were mad.
Yes, correct, Your Honor.
And you were mad.
Yeah, of course, Your
Woo.
Honor.
And children are watching.
Yes.
Children are watching this. Help me, mercy. So what happens then? The police come?
Yes, Your Honor. The police come, they filed a dispute, and after that, when they leave, Maxine speaks to me about ending the lease. She doesn't want to stay with us anymore, but remind you, we signed a year lease, a 12-month lease with me and her on it.
Right.
We speak to our leasing manager, and they tell us that they have to find somebody else to move into the apartment before we vacate. Good thing it was 14 days, Your Honor, 14 days. They prorated us the 14 days, $1,260. As us signing the lease together, we were supposed to go half on everything that came with the apartment. Maxine did not pay me for the expenses when she left.
So you left.
Yes, of
There
course.
was a lease. Both of your names are on the lease.
Yes.
So why don't you feel like you need to pay for the rest of the lease, even though you moved out?
Other than the fact that I wasn't living there for the 14 days, especially considering she had assaulted me.
You were still on the lease, though.
I mean, you had such a problem with my boyfriend using utilities and not paying, so if I'm not using the utilities, why should I be paying for them?
That's an interesting kind of analysis. Because now for months, the boyfriend's been living there using utilities. Was the boyfriend paying rent?
I mean, I was paying rent.
No, he was not.
But when you have an additional adult, that means utilities go up. Yes, 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 they go up. Was he contributing to the increase because he was there? No. Was he using the utilities? Yes.
Coming up.
Which I don't understand why. You know, usually people have respect for other people's things. We don't go changing diapers on people, you know, where they lay their head on blankets and stuff. But this is the nasty blanket she left for me to clean up.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Maisha Paul, who is suing Maxine Trotter for unpaid rent.
You say I left, I'm on the lease, but I don't owe anything because I'm out.
I was also assaulted before leaving. She's lucky I didn't press charges on her for assault.
If I truly assaulted you, then you maybe should have pressed charges.
The police said they would have taken your kids if I had pressed charges for assault, and I'm sorry, I didn't want that.
If I truly assaulted you, once again, you should have pressed charges, which you didn't.
Whoa. So what's happening? And what is that?
Oh, Your Honor, this here is the soiled sheet that was also left when Maxine left. The soiled sheet that she changed her child on, which I don't understand why. You know, usually people have respect for other people's things. We don't go changing diapers on people, you know, where they lay their head on blankets and stuff. But this is the nasty blanket she left for me to clean up as well.
And you brought that to court?
Yes, as evidence, yes. And to show her, you know, this is something that you did and I don't appreciate it. I would like my money back for my blankets.
It wouldn't have been a mess if you had gotten your child when he had
Change
tried
your child in the correct manner.
Again,
Have
I
respect.
would have
Have
had your child not been coming into the room and distracting me constantly, which
it's
is why I
always
had to lock him
something.
outside.
First of all, you've changed 100 diapers. Maybe 1,000 diapers, right? It would have taken you just a moment to change a diaper. And a child coming in and quote unquote distracting you is not really what happened.
Coming up.
Now she's already loaded for bear. She comes in and you all just go at it, right? And I will remind you that there are 2 children watching this.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Maisha Paul, who is suing Maxine Trotter for unpaid rent.
You were mad at her. She was mad at you because of the boyfriend. Her child comes in, you're now really annoyed. You probably were more aggressive with this child than you should have been. He then runs and says to his mother, oh, she hurt me, Maxine hurt me, right? Now she's already loaded for bear. She comes in and you all just go at it, right? And I will remind you that there are 2 children watching this. If you had been my roommate and you had moved this guy in and he was there all the time and he wasn't contributing and he was in the way for your convenience when he was not part of the original deal. Now, if he had been with you all when you signed the new lease and it moved into this apartment, I would see it differently because that was what she agreed to do. She didn't agree to this other person coming in. It was agreed that the 2 of you all would rent this apartment. So everybody is at a heightened level of just being mad. I mean, just being angry, which is not healthy. It's just not healthy. I think you took advantage of the situation, quite frankly, by bringing this dude in the house. I really do. I really do. If nothing else, you may have been able to say, okay, I really want to live with this guy. So let's work out something so I can substitute somebody else on this lease so that she is not left on the hook while you and this dude go and live someplace else. But no, he's there all the time. Things boil over, it gets out of control, and here we are in my courtroom.
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
I am going to enter a judgment in favor of the plaintiff for $1,639. Having looked at these damages, I think you're entitled to it. You were on the lease, you had certain responsibilities, and you owe this money. I don't know what's going to happen between the 2 of you all. This may not be able to be repaired. But what has to happen is that just remember that when you are in these kind of situations, children are watching. And what would have happened, last thing I'm going to say about this, what would have happened, honestly, if in this, as you say, putting your hands out, she says you choked her, but what if she had fallen backwards and hit her head?
It would have been way worse, Your Honor.
And what I'm saying to both of you is that you've got to step back and take a realistic assessment of what the situation is before it spirals to the point where you can't pull it back. For reasons I've articulated, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,639. We will stand adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,639.
I'm just glad I got my money back.
I definitely don't think justice has been served, considering there's an assault charge here as well, but those are conversations for another day.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.